Amazon boss gets involved and tells MGM to hurry up. Welcome to SciTrek, your sci-fi TV and movie channel. So if you are a regular SciTrekker, you'll know we've been talking about Stargate for 2.5 years and all of the different rumours and all the different false starts we've had with bringing back one of our favourite sci-fi franchises. But this rumour is not just about Stargate. It's about things like Robocop. It's about things like a Forbidden Planet remake. It's things like some sort of 2001 reboot. It is about MGM's vast assortment of back catalogue. The reason why Amazon bought MGM in the first place. It's about James Bond. It's about a million other things. So, what has actually happened? Well, one of the sources I speak to actually works at Culver City Studios. Now, Culver City is a very large studio complex, but it's also where Amazon Pictures headquarters is, and they actually have several studio spaces there themselves. The rumor, and I have to say specifically that is a rumor, is that Mike Hopkins, who is Jennifer Salke's immediate boss, and Jennifer Salke being the current head of MGM Amazon Studios, did have a meeting at Culver City with Jennifer Salke and several other executives on the 2nd of January. The rumor part comes in, though, about what that meeting was about. So, the rumor that is going around the building at Culver City and is being whispered by the staff around the water cooler is that Mike Hopkins was there to basically tell Jennifer Salke off. Now, I don't think for a second this was a banging tables and you idiots type of thing, but more of a why are we still waiting on these projects? Why is this happening? Why is this happening? Come on, get something going. And apparently, according to the rumor, Mike Hopkins has insisted that Amazon MGM Pictures announce something coming out of the MGM back catalogue now. He wants something big announced immediately. Now, that could be Bond, it could be Stargate, it could be something else. But Mike Hopkins has basically now said, I've had enough of this. To be honest, like we have, we've been waiting 18 months for a big MGM announcement, and we've had nothing. Get on with it. I don't care if it's Robocop, Stargate, Bond, get me something. Now, to me, that is music to my ears because I've been as frustrated as many of you. We keep hearing about these false starts. We keep hearing about rumors regarding Stargate and Bond and other things, but nothing ever seems to happen. Now, there have been good reasons for that. So let's talk about why we actually delayed at the moment and what is a lot of the sources that I speak to telling me about, particularly why we're still waiting on Stargate, something that, yes, I'm obsessed about. Well, we are 99% certain we were going to get a cinematic movie announced at San Diego Comic-Con in June 2023. The strikes basically stopped that from happening. But what was the actual plan? If you're enjoying the video, don't forget to like, subscribe, and hit that bell notification so you miss none of our new videos. And most importantly, leave a comment. It's a community after all. We want to know what you think too. While we strongly believe that a script has been done and that there is a partner involved that we're going to co-produce this project with Amazon Pictures and MGM, we believe they're actually going to be filming in Eastern Europe, and we've had a couple of sources come forward and said they even saw some of the pre-production work. We believe the special effects were going to be done in Germany, and again, a couple of different sources have come forward and said that actually they were aware of that contract agreement. But those agreements were cancelled when the strikes happened. Around March or early April, Amazon actually decided not to announce the project and to start delaying some of the bigger projects because they realized the strikes were going to happen and they were going to end up having to delay anyway. So they paused. Now, this project was going to be filmed at studio space in Eastern Europe that Amazon were going to be renting. Now, sound stages, etc., are very expensive. So during the pause, while the strikes were going on, Amazon decided to accelerate its plans to get hold of its own studio spaces. Now, this is being done through an agreement with the Hackman Group, which is the world's largest private owner of studio space. And Amazon were going to have long-term deals to rent many of those spaces off Hackman. It should be noted that Hackman actually built the Amazon studio headquarters and the studio spaces that they use currently at Culver City. Now, one source I've spoken to says that this will allow Amazon to cut nearly 10% off its production costs for anything. And when you're talking about something like Bond, which will probably cost $200 million to make, if you can cut 10% off those production costs, that's at least a $20 million saving. That's not to be sniffed at. Even something like Stargate, which we suspect will be around an 80, 70, $80 million budget, something like that, you're talking about a 7, 8, $9 million saving. Again, very, very worth having. The problem is, though, that a lot of that studio space isn't yet available and won't be available till the summer of this year. Now, that leads into my prediction that I actually think Stargate in particular will be announced at San Diego Comic-Con in June 2024, and production will then start in the late summer. I'm sure we'll hear lots of rumors between now and then, but I think that will happen because that's when the studio space that Amazon want is available and when they can start seeing those savings by using their own studio space. So why is Mike Hopkins in there telling them to hurry up? Well, it's just been delay after delay, and the fans are getting frustrated. I see it through my comments that people are getting insanely frustrated by the Stargate project, but also James Bond. It's been a couple of years now since the last James Bond movie, and we're still waiting on an announcement on who will be the next Bond. We had a bunch of rumours last year spin round, but then nothing has happened. Again, I think nothing's happened because Amazon are delaying. But Mike Hopkins is sick of those delays now. He wants something to get announced so that we can start moving forwards. Even if that announcement is that, yes, we're doing this, but it won't start filming until the summer. Well, another reason why Mike Hopkins isn't impressed, is that actually Amazon weren't prepared when the strikes ended to restart production on even the stuff that had already gone into production. The rumor, again, is that they let a lot of the private studio space that they were renting go. They didn't want to pay for it during the strikes. And then when the strikes ended, apparently a little sooner than they were expecting, they didn't have access to that studio space and couldn't get it quickly enough. Apparently, it's only now, nearly 3 months after the strikes actually ended, that they're getting back up to capacity that would even allow them to do what they'd already started. So that's just one more thing Mike Hopkins apparently is not particularly impressed by. He wants to know what the hell is going on at MGM Amazon Pictures. He wants an explanation, like we all do. And hopefully he got it. That Mike Hopkins turning up and laying down the law a little bit, I'm sure very politely, has lit a fire under their backsides. And just maybe we'll get to see some movement in the new year a little bit quicker than maybe they were planning. But guys, what do you think? Is it a surprise that MGM has announced really nothing in the 18 months since Amazon bought it? The whole point of Amazon buying MGM was that it was going to exploit all of this lovely intellectual property that MGM owns, exploit this back catalogue of nearly 100 years worth of movies. And it's done nothing. Is that a shock or is that just business? Is that the strikes? Is that Amazon having to get more studio space? Is it boring, but just the way business is? Get into the comments and tell me exactly what you think. If you are new to the channel, please like, subscribe, hit that bell notification. It really helps us out and you'll never miss any of our new videos. Also, you can go to patreon.com/SciTrek, which is where most of our new videos premiere first, and you get to see them without the adverts, you lucky bunnies. Also, you can go to scitrek.co.uk, which is our dedicated website, and we do stories based on a lot of our videos. We try to add a little bit more information for you to digest there. So go check that out too. As always, please stay safe, and I'll see you next time. Now, that bit we know happened. The rumour part comes in to what the staff over at Culver City are whispering around the water coolie. The water coolie?